We're going now to Kerala, the state of Kerala, and we have the C-voter numbers with me, and I'd like Himanta Biswa Sarma, Samujjal Bhattacharya, Zarir Hussain and Wasbir Hussain. Thanks very much for joining me. The numbers from Kerala on your screen. At 8 o'clock, I'll put the polls out. The numbers from Kerala, interesting. Do you want to take us through it?
Absolutely.
While I put the numbers through. Are these numbers from as of 3 p.m.? I just want to clarify that.
This is a 3 p.m. draft.
So bottom line is that Kerala doesn't buck the trend. It votes the incumbent government out yet again, right? LDF comes to power. Broadly, UDF, I see from these numbers, huge corrosion in its base. 2011 was wafer thin.
Absolutely.
Right? 4 seats. This is comprehensive.
This is sort of comprehensive, 80-60 sort of a tally. Most importantly, the BJP is doubling
bad news for the Congress. Bad news for the Congress here. Because despite, you know, its prohibition policy, the corruption scandals that engulfed the UDF have taken their toll quite clearly. I want to get a view in from Sachi, please, if you don't mind. And Vivek, okay, why don't you analyze it? And then I get Sachi in on this. Yes, please.
On a trend that we observed in the corporation and panchayat elections last year is reinforced. That is, as the BJP gains, the UDF turns to be the bigger loser. So BJP is doubling its vote share from 6 to 12 with the hope of winning about 2 to 4 assembly seats. The UDF is a bigger loser. It loses about 5% of its votes, goes down to 40.8. The LDF is a lesser loser, comes down to 42.6, about 2.5% less, and then emerges as the winner.
I take that. However, if I look at these numbers, what happens to the BJP is the question that I have for you. I see the BJP
doubling
making
Sachi.
And with me in the studio right now, our very own Vivek Narayan, both know Kerala better than all of us. Sachi, BJP, how do you think it's done, and your overall impression of these numbers?
I think this, BJP doubling its vote share means that the BJP has taken a lot of UDF votes rather than the LDF votes, because BJP's ally BDJS was expected to take lot of the votes from the CPM, the Ilava vote base, but that seems to, whereas now the Ilava vote base of the CPM seem to be intact, and the Nair vote base of the Congress seems to have been taken away by the BJP, especially in southern Kerala like Trivandrum and Kollam districts. So I think the UDF has suffered more due to the BJP factor than the LDF, and LDF being the natural opposition of the state, it has gained all the anti-incumbency votes, and it is coasting to power according to the C-voter figures.
You know,
that
Sachi,
is my first reading of the.
Sachi, where you've been looking at not just Kerala, but you've been looking national politics on the left. I know, you've covered the left so closely. When I was covering the left in the 90s, I used to come to you for advice on how you view the CPI, CPM at the time of the United Front. So talking to you today after 15 years takes me back many years, Sachi. But in that context, I want to just ask you about what your view of the story of Sitaram Yechury is. Your senior colleague and our senior colleague, Mr. Rajagopalan, was dismissive of Sitaram Yechury as calling for his resignation sometime. but I think Rajagopalan, Mr. Rajagopalan, Mr. Rajagopalan, Mr. Rajagopalan, Mr. Rajagopalan,
why they went with Congress? Why they are not going with Congress here?
Mr. Rajagopalan.
It's also a strategy of CPM.
I meant it in a lighter vein. No, but I meant it in a lighter vein. Sir, please, sir, you're all very senior people. The question is, what was the challenge for Sitaram Yechury, Sachi? He had to reverse the trend of the last 2 Lok Sabha elections. He had to prove the relevance of the left. Now, I'd say that if Sitaram Yechury manages to do this in Kerala and does better, even though hanging on to the coattails of the Congress party, he's been a smart political strategist, because without the left, without the Congress, they would have done worse in West Bengal, and they have stopped the decline of the left by holding on to Kerala. So what's the story for Sitaram?
No, but I think, Sitaram Yechury, the lot of the story written about him in the media as far as these elections are concerned was how he allowed the Bengal model, the Siliguri model, to develop, how CPM and Congress came together in Bengal, despite strong resistance within the Politburo and the Central Committee. But that is not that's only part of the story. What he did in Kerala is very significant. In Kerala, the entire state committee was against giving a ticket to Achuthanandan to contest the elections. They wanted to only to project the former State Secretary Pinarayi Vijayan. But Sitaram Yechury put his foot down and said, V.S. Achuthanandan is one of the major faces of the party. He has been CM, he is the leader of the opposition. So Yechury again fought his own battles within the party and ensured that, and he told Achuthanandan, you know, Achuthanandan is a remarkable mass leader, but he has always been a permanent dissident.
Yeah.
So he told Achuthanandan, behave, don't make any comments. Even when there was a statement of Pinarayi Vijayan saying that the old cases, the old view against Achuthanandan and the state committee will prevail. Yechury told Achuthanandan, don't react to that. So it has been a remarkable thing that he told Achuthanandan till 5 p.m. on May 16th. Don't open your mouth on the internal party matters. So now I don't know what Achuthanandan has said because I'm with you in the studio. But that is a great achievement to ensure that because if you read all the CPM documents, that CPM says that factionalism is a way of life in Kerala CPM. But Yechury ensured that the factions remained united, put up a good fight, and that is the difference
but
between
you see,
70 and 78
in all of this, in all of this,
anti-communal front also.
But Alok Mehta, one point also must be looked at. The Congress should have replaced Omman Chandy. Despite all the corruption charges against them, despite the bar bribery case, Vivek, despite the solar scam, they did not replace Omman Chandy. So can the UDF say that this is just history playing out by the incumbent government paying the price, or is it fair to say that the UDF is largely to blame for its own performance? What do you think, Vivek?
Well, changing Omman Chandy at the last possible moment was not an option for them. That would have badly backfired. They did not have any option.
But there was the horrific rape and murder of Jisha towards the last tag end of the campaign.
Precisely.
The law and order situation in the state.
Precisely.
Did it have its
atrocities against women was, law and order was a big problem. However hard Omman Chandy will try and defend it, claiming it to be a crime which will be sorted out, which will be solved, that is not the case. But look at CPM, Arnav. CPM has to, despite what Sachi Saab has said, it has to lean on a 92-year-old leader who is an open rebel to get them to where they are.
No, but they did not declare a chief minister.
They have not, but Achuthanandan himself about a week back in a media interview has said, if the people want, if that's what the people want, I will be the CM.
But look at it this way, Vivek. The party has been perennially rife with this Achuthanandan versus Pinarayi Vijayan fight. I don't know how many years it goes back. Not declaring a chief minister candidate, I think, has actually worked to the advantage of the LDF.
That's how CPM works. They do not in advance announce the chief minister, and that seems to have worked. The fact that V.S. Achuthanandan has a universal across the spectrum acceptability, that has worked in their favor. But what is of interest to me, Arnav, is a 0 to 4% for a BJP. Even if they get 2 seats, it's an issue of perception, Arnav. The party has not opened its account anywhere in Kerala. For Amit Shah, it's a statement that they could not. It's one barrier they could not cross. Human developmental indices have been exceptional in Kerala.
So this what happened to the Prime Minister's comments comparing Somalia and Kerala and all. That finds a lot of social media traction, but not much traction among the voters quite clearly. So let's get Shahid Siddiqui on that, because this time I think Shahid Siddiqui and to other panelists, the BJP went all out of its way to consolidate the Hindu vote. It got this strategic alliance with the SNDP to woo the Edawas away from the LDF. Do you think the BJP's intelligence alliance ploy is paying off in Kerala?
Yes, and it's a huge psychological victory for BJP, because they were not able, they were regarded as a North Indian party. They were not able to make inroads into South, and Kerala was the last bastion. Now, I don't know what will be the situation in Tamil Nadu, but in Kerala, if they are able to get few seats and more, their percentage of votes increases, then it's a huge change for BJP, and BJP can move on to emerge as the national party, and their idea of Congress Mukt Bharat, they can move a step forward in that direction.
Okay.
So I think this will be but the results are on the expected lines, because LDF was supposed to win. It would have won the way Kerala politics works, and in spite of the fact that Sitaram Yechury and the left front worked hard, but the only problem was that the third front may take away a chunk of their vote. It did not happen, which is, I think, a great, victory for the leadership in Kerala, and especially for Sitaram Yechuri, because we were able to bring all the factors together.
The biggest hypothesis that we put forth before we began this program was what it means for the Congress and the BJP. Look at the Congress party. It would be losing Kerala, it would be losing Assam if the exit polls are anything to go by. That's a Congress party, and look at Congress party in Tamil Nadu, junior alliance partner and Julian alliance partner in West Bengal as well, not making any statement there. So for the Congress, it's virtually a doomsday scenario. And look at the BJP. If they have advantage BJP in Assam, and if they get a foothold both in West Bengal, and it's not a foothold but a toehold also at this point in time, it's something that of a positive as far as its national footprint is concerned. And that's the way the BJP will be looking at the 2016 assembly election.
Navika,
this is going to be something that they'd like to post home.
Navika, just tracking this, I just want to go through this very briefly. I would like to track the results from the opinion poll in March and then track it from the 2014 Lok Sabha elections. Couple of things come to mind, and I can just like to go through Jay with that. If I compare the results to 2014, they'll always say, Vivek, that assembly elections, central elections should not be compared. But I do find a trend here. The trend here is this, Jay. First point, LDF gains from Lok Sabha elections. So this means to me that the swirling corruption charges against the Congress have taken their toll. Right. Secondly, BJP consolidates its leads in the Lok Sabha elections and proves that its 2014 Lok Sabha election was not an aberration but an evolving polity in a state in which it has no presence. So it cannot, you see, Mr. Ketkar, this is interesting because it can't just be said that the result in Kerala during the 2014 Lok Sabha election was only the Modi wave. This appears to be a consolidation of a vote of its own, which appears to be the BJP vote.
But I totally agree with you on that. That's not only the question of simple Modi, that would be too simplification of the whole process. The polity is changing at the core level, and it is changing at core level across the country.
No, but equally,
and therefore I agree with Navika that it's a doomsday scenario for Congress.
The 2014 Lok Sabha election, Kerala was giving saving grace to the Congress party. Now they've lost 4 since then. Jay.
Absolutely, the Congress has lost 4 in Kerala. The BJP, whatever the Congress lost since the Lok Sabha, if you look, it's about 2% of the vote, 2 to 2.5%. That has actually gone in favor of the BJP. It quite endorses what Achuthanandan Murthy was saying, that the elite upper caste Hindu voters of the UDF moved to the BJP. So BJP is actually on a consolidation drive.
When I look at the vote shares between the 4th week of March and now, the BJP is a direct beneficiary of the loss of votes for the UDF and the LDF.
Absolutely.
Yes, let's go to get Nirja in on this. Nirja, no, one second. Can I just get the other panelists on the screen? Can I focus on Delhi war a bit?
We are also missing
one second. Yeah, Nirja.
Just 3 quick separate points I want to make. One, which others have also said, this election result is showing that the Congress continues to decline and other forces are taking that space. And BJP obviously is emerging as a third force in Kerala politics, and this will have a bearing. It'll be very interesting to see what happens in 2019, point number 1. Point number 2, what is very extraordinary and fascinating for me is that V.S. Achuthanandan at 93 should have such an appeal for a young state. And
yes, absolutely well said.
It's mind-boggling why that is the case. And third, I think as far as Sitaram Yechuri is concerned, I think he may well be the sutradhar of opposition unity to the NDA in the weeks and months to come.